Good morning, friends. I am Dr. Shyamkant Anwani, Associate Professor and Head of Physics Department at Science College, Nagpur. This college is run by Sri Shivaji Education Society, Amravati, and this sanstha has been founded by Dr. Punjabrao Deshmukh, who was the first Agriculture Minister of independent India. Dr. Punjabrao Deshmukh formulated this Shivaji Education Society with an intention to propagate education to all sections of people. He formulated this education society with the name of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, who has been the greatest ruler of all times. Here we are teaching physics basically to undergraduate students, and since 2012 we have initiated PG program. While dealing with undergraduate physics, I was quite interested in special relativity, and as part of my interest I learned general theory of relativity. While teaching complex numbers, I encountered with the split complex numbers. Some people attempted quaternions also for the same purpose. As a part of keen interest, I attempted spatial relativity using perplex numbers, and I found very interesting results. In this video, I am going to present my findings. I am sharing my findings, and at this outset, I would like to express my deepest sense of gratitude to all teachers. In this video, we are going to discuss the well-established spatial relativity using well-known perplex numbers. In the literature, relativity has been handled in perplex numbers since a long time. But in this particular presentation, we are going to depict the method that we have devised in handling the issues of spatial relativity using perplex numbers. Complex numbers enjoyed more than 150 years of intensive development along with the finding applications in the diverse area of science and engineering. I am going to refer Advanced Engineering Mathematics 9th edition by Erwin Kreyszig. This research work claims the foundation of spatial relativity in perplex numbers. Even though this configuration is not new, this present work claims formulation of kinematical equations in spatial relativity with a special new tool in perplex numbers. This tool proficiently encompasses the subject in an elegant way, and its consequences are with profound simplicity preserved the way Einstein has given to us. This entire work has been classified into 5 subdivisions. The first one is Introduction to Perplex Numbers. It is presumed that spatial relativity is known to the viewer. Then we are going to explore perplex number representation for writing events in spatial relativity. And the thing that we claim here is appropriate handling of kinematical equations using perplex numbers. In this, we are going to use time differentiation not with respect to the ordinary time, but in fact, we are going to differentiate with respect to proper time, and proper time is a quantity which all inertial observers agree upon and hence is universal. Then we are going to check out whether the representation of spatial relativity in perplex number encompasses its all consequences or not, and then we are going to deal with some hands-on experience on the applications which are well-established outcome of spatial relativity. But here we are going to handle these applications in form of perplex numbers, and the results are fascinating. Now let us get into the first topic, that is introduction. The present work reformulates spatial relativity using perplex numbers, as I said. These perplex numbers are also known as split complex numbers or even sometimes double numbers in the literature. They are also known as hyperbolic complex numbers. Here, at the outset, we are proposing a hypothesis that the time is real and space is imaginary in the perplex number plane or split complex numbers plane. This hypothesis will offer us a new look at the space-time fabric, and probably this will help us in unfolding the issues that we have yet not sorted out regarding the fundamental understanding about time and the space. We are going to encounter with a couple of advantages as listed below. We need optimized two Lorentz transformation equations in spatial relativity when we chart motion along a particular direction, say x. In case of perplex numbers, the Lorentz transformation equation will be a unique single that will represent both space as well time. The proposed new definition of perplex kinematics by differentiating with respect to universal quantity like proper time offers great advantages which you will experience in the course of the lecture. The perplex number representation of spatial relativity proposes an approach that offers simplest possible descent to relativistic energy equations wherein all consequences of spatial relativity are preserved, encompassed the way they are. Moreover, a couple of applications in the realm of quantum mechanics and nuclear physics are also handled for hands-on experience how the perplex numbers help us making the presentation of spatial relativity and involved mathematics a simple and elegant that even an intermediate level student can understand who understands differentiation. Perplex numbers possess two real components, say x and y, or say a and b. The ordered pair is xy or ab. As written in equation 1, z is equal to x plus yj. This is unlike complex number x plus iy, where we write I is equal to under root of minus 1. Whereas in case of perplex numbers, we are having j is equal to minus 1. You can look at the last quarter of equation number 4, j equal to minus 1. In matrix representation, we can write the same perplex number as x E0 plus y E1, where E0 and E1, they are basis vectors as depicted in equation number 3. E0 is a 2 by 2 matrix, 1 0 0 1, that's a kind of unity matrix, and E1 is equal to 0 1 1 0. This is a new matrix, the determinant of which is minus 1, which is replacing j. Thus, if we talk about ordered pair AB, Z in matrix form can be expressed as the last part in equation 3, AB BA matrix. Now, with this definition, we can write the obvious properties that these basis vectors will exhibit. E0 into E0 will be E0, that is unity matrix multiplied by unity matrix offers a unity matrix. Unity matrix multiplied by any matrix, say E1, will offer the matrix E1, and it is commutative. Moreover, the square of E1 and E0 is a unity matrix, and magnitude of that offers 1, which is in fact j square equal to 1, because mod E0, that is determinant of E0 is unity, and determinant of E1, that is mod of E1, is minus 1, which we are defining in terms of J. The complex conjugate of the number Z is represented in equation number 2 as Z star equal to X minus YJ. So the ordered pair is X minus Y. That's it. It can again be represented in the form of unit basis vectors in the matrix form, and the matrix form, like in equation number 3, Z star will be A minus B minus B A. Now we shall process the perplex number using the tools that we have. Let us suppose that we have two perplex numbers, say Z1 and Z2. In equation 5, I have written Z1 A E0 plus B E1, and let us suppose that Z2 is C E0 plus D E1. So Z2 star will be C E0 minus D E1 and Z1 star will be A E0 minus B E1. Now I am interested in defining the general product of two perplex numbers, and for that I prefer product of Z1 and Z2 star. This is a generalized multiplication of two perplex numbers. One is the regular number while another is conjugate of another number. This leads to a third perplex number, say Z3. If you operate matrix multiplication the way it is mentioned, Z1 into Z2 star, you will be able to obtain right hand side of equation number 6. However, if you like to find Z1 into Z1 star, then in the first bracket it will be A square minus B square E0 plus 0 times E1. So the product of a perplex number and its complex conjugate, which I am going to define as self product or inner product, it is a real number because this will be A square minus B square E0 plus 0 imaginary component into the imaginary basis vector E1. Now we shall have analogous Euler's representation for the number, and the number Z1 can be represented as mod of Z1 e to the power j phi. Here j is minus 1, phi is the involved angle. Mod of Z1 is magnitude of Z1, which is obviously A square minus B square. Similarly, Z1 star can be expressed as mod of Z1 into e to the power minus j phi. And now you can look at this. If you take product of Z1 and Z1 star, you will be able to obtain Z1 square into e to the power 0, that is 1. This basis vector, which is unity, is represented by E0. I again repeat, mod of Z1 equal to mod of Z1 star equal to A square minus B square, and the involved angle phi is hyperbolic tan inverse of B upon A. Simply we can call tan H inverse of B upon A. This self product or inner product we shall be using every now and then while processing spatial relativity. Multiplicative inverse Z1 inverse we define as Z1 star divided by under root of mod of Z1 star. So obviously it is Z1 star upon mod of Z1. Now essentially we can talk about multiplicative inverse if and only if the perplex number length is non-zero.